Good day, everyone, and welcome back to this space. This is the Gist with Baba, and today let's discuss the Mommy Club season 3, episode 1. So, I think the Mommy Club I think it's like the biggest, or it is a franchise in South Africa that is really growing big. And we've seen the Mommy Club Sugar and Spice, and there is this, I think the Pretoria version is also coming, and it's actually very interesting. And please, producers of this show should give us a Nigerian version, like what if it's just Lagos? We find with it, and that'll be it. So let's discuss this season of the Mommy Club. And before we start, let's start with the returning cast that are back to the show. And the very first person we seem as though she's the anchor of the show is Hermajesty. I think the production this year is better. What's in about the Mommy Club is that every year you get to see it, you can see that there is a better production, like everything seems soothing and it make it easy and good to watch. However, one thing that actually seemed not to be one thing I enjoyed from the last season of the Mommy Club was the drama. It seemed forced, especially between Her and Majesty and Miss Sande. So let's discuss Her Majesty. Her Majesty is back, and I think one thing that makes Her Majesty a very good part of the show is how she's very authentic. Majesty seems to be the most authentic cast on the show. She gives us undiluted access into her life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that makes her a good part of this show. And I think it's actually interesting to see her back on the show. Then Miss Sande, I was never excited about the return of Miss Sande. Out of all casts, I think Miss Sande seemed to be my least favorite, and she seemed to be one of those casts I was never expecting to return to the show. But since she's back, we are called, and probably we get to see a very different side of her that will make us understand her and love to always see her on our screen. Then I love the fact that one thing that seemed very annoying to me is the fact that a good number of the season 2 cast are not back to the show. But one thing that seemed like a compensation or that still make it feel fine is the fact that we have two more casts from season 2 who are still present on the show. But we are not going to be seeing, I think, their family life, but they are present on the show and they are like more to they are friends to the show, and that's Nozipho and my god, Miss Mobs. And Miss Mobs, she's vibe. Miss Mobs has been doing reality TV show for a while. She started with the Real Housewives of Johannesburg, and seeing her on the Mommy Club, you should know that she's gonna give us a good show. And so far, she's been a good part of the show. Getting to see that she's still on the show, it actually make me feel comfortable wanting to watch season 3, because I feel like it's sometimes actually take a lot of time to like and understand the newbies on the show. But when we have old cast also still present, it actually make us enjoy the show while we're getting to know the new one. So it's a very strategic one. And for Nozipho, I love the fact that she's back. And I think there's one thing about Nozipho this season. She's way prettier, and I think she look happy, and she look happier than she was on season 2. And I love the fact that probably having to be on the show is a good one, because she has a storyline which left us hanging. You've probably not followed social media, drama, and news and all of that. Coming to see her on the show, you could keep up and get to know where she's at with her family life and the dynamic that's run through which seems to be like a story that ran through our narrative on the first season she appeared on. So seeing Nozipho is good, and I love how she's glowing beautifully like this season. So let's talk about the new cast. Episode 1 is always more like introducing the new cast, and they just meet for a very first gathering, and that is all. So for the new cast, I think I don't really have so much to say about the new cast, but Pheladi that lady seemed to be drama. And why did she decide to come for Nozipho? And she was like, there's a lot of pity party there. Like, why? From where to where? You haven't met this woman. You've only seen her on the show. Why didn't you even get to know her? And, do better. I feel like she's probably judgmental and it's giving me girl vibe. But let us see if probably she's going to prove this to us as true, or we're just going to go with the narrative we have already that she's a mean girl. So that's that. Then for Noksie Khumalo, I think this woman will be drama, because getting to see what to expect the next episode, like I think this is a drama I'm here for, but I'm just crossing finger and just want to look forward to the kind of drama she'll bring to the show. And you know that scene where she asks, I don't know if it was Pheladi, she asks, "Oh, what do you do?" And Pheladi felt like, "Oh, you're not letting me just sit." And I feel like I don't think that should be an issue if probably a person is not secure about if is not insecure about what they do, because asking you what you do is just a way of wanting to have conversation, getting to know you, and you will be in a friendship group for a while, having to film together, getting to know one another shouldn't be a bad thing. And I don't think what do you do is too much of a personal, it's not even a personal question. So I feel like it's a comfortable question someone should be willing to answer. If though that's this, I don't know if it was Pheladi or Vuyi that was feeling like, oh, she just asked me, what do I do? That was in her diaries. She felt offended, and I'm like, no, I don't. I think this person being a drama queen. So then the Miss Sunday and Her Majesty conversation, why Miss Sunday was really like, oh, I'm the queen here. I'm hosting you guys. Let me speak. You know, there's this. I don't know if I'll say this torso and this back and forth for power and dominance. And you know one thing, I think these people should rest. You should rest. I understood that Miss Sande wants a moment, she wants to have it, or to an extent, she seemed disrespectful to Her Majesty. She could have let Her Majesty speak. And you know, you're the one standing. Her Majesty is sitting. So it still kind of make you seem like, okay, you're there. I don't think Her Majesty was trying to outshine her, if not that she's feeling proud and insecure. That is it. I said what I said, and that's a period. So we are back to seeing the Mummy Club on Showmax, and if you've not seen it, please go do so. This is all I'll be discussing for the very first episode of the Mummy Club. Bye.